All right, so we are moving on to our next critique in this long series of critiques. I'm going to turn up the brightness on this. I look a little shady. There we go. I should turn on the light in this room, actually. That's going to be in the video. Okay. So we're going to got Waifuszn up. Looks like we got Palutena and Samus. I think I know why we had the Palutena coming out, because, yeah, Samus Duck Hunt. That's a rough life for... That's a really, really rough life for Samus.
Power armor, and I can definitely see why, because Samus has kind of has the advantage of Wi-Fi these days when you get that crazy charge shot and all the projectiles. It's just the way to play defense.
True. I'm surprised though that we're going on Battlefield because this is one of Dawangthang's better stages. The can set up.
Yeah, so at least you're playing like that really campy safe style where you just stay behind the gunman, and there's not much that Samus is going to do. Good coverage.
That kind of wants to be his game plan, and you said it's
Oh, man, yeah. I would have just been ready to cover that platform.
fine for himself. I mean, look at that percentage and look at that stage control.
Okay, can.
When you have gunner,
I see that lane coverage going in there.
all of Samus's projectiles are going to get blocked, and then you already see that clay pigeon will trade these projectiles too, and sometimes beat him.
Yeah, I mean, he could find himself 5% on the board, but there's just a lot to go. He tries to go for that down air spike, unfortunately not finding it. And I love that patience on the ledge.
Yeah, I was about to say, just go for the back air for the safety, but, you know.
He got caught in the hand.
I understand the wanting to get the style. I always got to remember, just get your gunman out. But we good.
He's going to try to charge you, and he's not going to do that. It's got just enough distance to do it, so that Samus might have some trouble landing if PGS is on his game.
Yeah, and now he's just setting up camp near your platform, just throwing projectiles out. Like,
Yeah, just always remember, gunman should always be your first priority with this matchup.
and that shooter just actually took the full brunt of the charge shot for him. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah,
Like, just stick to the game plan that you're doing before.
going to go ahead and need his bodyguard to take at least one shot. If he can, clay pigeon and gunners, three physical objects that have hurt box.
Oh no, you could have detonated the clay pigeon and then it would have hit Samus.
Yeah, and like I said earlier, I didn't know they had lasting hitboxes when I played against Waifuszn a couple days ago. And so it's like, well, there goes my limit
There we go.
beam just getting caught out by the already beaten Sheriff. And it's
Yeah, they
like, well,
linger there. We just saw it right there. The missile caught him, and then he's sticking there with his hat on and catches the secondary projectile.
yeah.
It really feels like PGS right now is pressure to go in, and that is not Samus' strong suit.
Yeah, and so good stuff on Waifuszn so far, doing a pretty good job racking up percentages. CGS has unfortunately not been able to take a single stop.
There we go. Can. No, don't do that. So, real quick thing.
Not been able to take a single
So, once you get your opponent to a part where you just guarantee cannot follow up on them, just throw out the can. So, like, this is where you short hop can, so you cover this. And then they'll probably go to this middle platform, you go to the right platform, and then you just cover that with Duck Hunt.
far as
And as long as you're underneath those platforms, like, realistically, Samus has no way to hit you.
sitting underneath that platform, throwing
Yeah, you have to remember, if they jump, if you do clay pigeon on shield and they jump, you have an automatic confirm.
whole manner of projectiles. It's like, hey, your move, pal, I'm winning.
Perhaps patience is the answer. PGS does feel pressure to go in, but maybe he's making a mistake by actually doing so. We're seeing him now like back off a little bit and charge shots a little bit using those platforms.
Oh, God, you're not.
Stock only 65%, so that big deficit we opened up at the beginning with that early stock again for White.
Yeah, it's like you decided to like abandon your game plan for a little bit, and now it's like falling apart. Like literally, Samus, you stick to one game plan, and there's honestly zero way for Samus to like take the game.
And as you said before this match even started, gives you that chance to get the grabs and get in your opponent's face because they're so scared. They're need to shoot.
Please don't do that.
Oh my goodness, there's that forward smash.
Good read on the technical option.
You have to remember that like that grab is laggy enough. You could just do a down smash and like take them out.
Get back with only 60%.
Gunman, no.
Too much damage to White at all.
There we go.
Yeah, it's just a second ago it was 12.6 to 12.6.
Yeah, you have to remember he's not getting past that.
He's doing well for himself here right now. Just kind of using that can as well to kind of cover his recovery, which he's admitted in the past is kind of point more for Duck Hunt because you don't really have a hitbox and it's not really great. It's very easy to get edge guard.
True, slow, predictable. The only real benefit of it is that you can cancel it with the hitbox.
No, stop. It's just gunman. Just for the love of God.
But still, it feels like for a character
There we go.
actually cause out
Like you threw it out the absolute wrong time to throw out a gunman, but at least he was scared at that moment.
And there's just that smart movement from Waifuszn right now. You know, he knows that the fair is just a good option for Samus. It's like, well, I'm just going to go up. And then
I didn't realize that your tag was actually waifu season.
stage advantage into
I thought it was just Waifuszn.
Set up and nothing quite yet as DGS is starting to rack on a little bit of percentage, but it's just not enough.
Play pigeon one, and then directly into the up smash, reading the PI on that. Not enough drift by
That works.
out of that one. Can knock him high again. There's the setup. How did DGS get
That was really good coverage there. Honestly, like that's such a cheeky setup over there, because like the way that like can explodes there, I don't think there's any chance of that can ever hitting Duck Hunt. So technically, like if you had like Doc up B or something like that, they can punish that very easily. But oh, look at that! You low profiled the jab too with up smash. Oh, sometimes we're just super privileged with the most random things. I love this. Somebody, please clip this because like this is worth remembering. Like that is like 101 Duck Hunt privilege. Not only that, there was a hurtbox like shift as well that pushed Duck Hunt away too. So there's even less like things we get punished by, and we could not get punished by that can for that reason. That is hilarious. And now look at that. Goodbye. Like that's like the BS that you expected from like that was like some Bayo privilege stuff back at Smash 4.
Again, full charge shots just getting taken in turn. Reminds me of Snake's grenades.
Oh man, you actually had a setup to like you had a guaranteed kill on them.
Full charge shots just getting taken.
So like the second that clay pigeon connected, you could have just like dashed, detonated, then killed them. And like honestly, whenever Samus goes in, just shield. Cause like Samus is another one of those characters that is just incredibly unsafe on shield. Back air's pretty good. Nair's pretty good. But like forward air, -11, -12. Down air. Wow, it's actually -8. I guess the thing with Samus is that she's always so floaty, so she's never going to be like hitting you. She doesn't really exactly hit you on that exactly. It's always going to be a little bit higher. But yeah, when you look at like the rest of her kit, like nothing's safe. What's F tilt? It's not too bad, but like that's not safe either. F tilt's pretty good. But yeah, no, you can punish her. That was
That was a pretty smart combo word for my so I'd like to see him continue doing that. But again, like you said, that was a pretty good stage for him. So now DGS has the character counter pick and the stage counter pick in turn. So this is his chance to kind of shake things up and get himself back in the game.
Yeah, what are you thinking for stages?
Let's see. So okay, now I imagine the Palutena is coming out. But yeah, now just like literally just stick to being lame. Just like play with the mindset that you need Gummin to absorb all projectiles, and then you're fine.
Palu has the campaign to help press Waifuszn, who's not careful, particularly in placement. And then, in addition, your Palutena, just neutral air the man, it cuts through everything.
Yeah, as you
Did you just say neutral air cuts there? Oh man, these guys do not know what they're talking about.
I was thinking if you counter picks, you want something smaller, so we're not
Make sure you're confident off those clay pigeon confirms, because like you're landing a decent amount of them, but you do nothing with them. Oof, no, you could have fared that. Oh, that was so bad.
Yeah, tries to get that counter back air, not quite finding it for us. And now, see, this is what we're kind of seeing there. A lot more even percentage right off the bat.
Like, yeah, you're playing a lot sharper now.
Yeah, Waifuszn still doing a good job of getting us converted.
Okay, there we go. Get can. Okay. I do not like the clay pigeon, but like thankfully she didn't land. I think she Z-axis that. Let me check. Let's see. Oh, wow. No, she actually... No, she did Z-axis. Yeah, her head Z-axis is. That's unfortunate. Yeah, that was a Z-axis. Oh, please do not do. Okay. Like 101 of things that you should never do is like land right on top of your opponent. So let me explain to you how she actually should have just straight up killed you. Actually, you're at 60%. But like, okay, so look at this. You're falling with Nair directly into her. So she just has to like fast fall land and then just come with like an up air, or she can like up tilt or even up smash if she really wanted to. Or even like actually get an F smash to punish you. Like
Now, why does
that is the easiest thing to punish. And you know, she gets an air.
I mean, you don't want to know what they're made of.
yeah, whatever they're doing, I mean,
Always make sure you DI that out. And if you don't, she can combo that into like a backer to kill you. Or up air.
So again, going for the up air.
Always make sure you DI that out.
Yeah, that move that changes it down though really does make it seem like a 50-50. And right now, DGS is not adapting to Waifuszn.
Yeah, also just make sure you have your can ready.
But that neutral, yeah, that dog on dog recovery. We talked about it game one. Now this is a character that can press and can split that easily.
yeah, as you said, if he doesn't have Can in front of him to kind of shelter himself, and he tries
Like,
to
your priority for recovering should always be having a can, not gunman. Gunman is there to assist your can.
run off Nair is all she wrote. Now, DGS sitting at 154%.
And stop throwing out those clay pigeons.
Gets caught by that down smash and sent all the way to the right side.
Yeah, a little bit of a hurt box manipulation by
Like there, like honestly, like, you know, if she just avoided that clay pigeon, just like she was like a tad bit further away, like she would have just like done so much damage to you. Okay. So that wasn't bad because like you actually had like a landing trap there. You weren't watching the
Just kind of dancing
explosive frame.
DGS now. He does want to get by that big old can of beans. Just dancing around, being very careful. Now playing very aggressive. It's good to see him kind of get up in his face, because once Can is off the table, it's really hard for
And stop panicking when you're recovering too.
true. Yeah, there's really a few stage control options other than Gunner and
Back throw? Oh.
okay. But because of the platform, Paladin can just jump and then either drop down aerial.
So something you need to remember about Palutena is she has like one of the worst tech rolls in the entire game. Like it takes her forever to like get up like tech in place and then tech roll. So just be ready to cover those. Yeah, no, it really does.
yeah. So that's
Yeah, you need to stop making like clay pigeon your comfort thing, because like that's what's gonna lose you way more games than anything.
Shield's a good option. Of course, Waifuszn can just respond to that by just running up and grabbing. But the percentages are even across the board between these two.
I heard the spot dodge coming out.
That up air converts
Yeah, see, that's the reason why. Make sure you DI out. If you don't DI out, then you're gonna be able. You're just gonna die. Ah, yeah, that was like the last of the percentages where you could have comboed that into back air. Now, like clay pigeon's off the table.
himself, gets around the can, doesn't get hit in turn as he's just being very careful, avoids the smash attack with the grab.
You gotta remember, Palutena's extremely light too, so like up here kills are really early.
Yeah, Waifuszn just panicking here. You saw him throw out a couple smash attacks, finally hitting with the can, but he just really didn't know what to do, and DGS just
You also have to keep in mind, like the options that like the Palutena player was doing were not really that safe.
True, I'm surprised DDS actually went in. If he just kept that up, it might very well been able to extend his lead. Is he dead right there? No, just
Oh, also that was really dumb.
he just kept that up.
Okay, so basically at this point, just reset your can because it's been out for so long, and just like focus on covering the ledge.
Extend his lead. Is he dead right there? No.
And also, you could have like thrown out a gunman in that time as well, before like you could have even summoned a can.
yeah, I was honestly a little bit scared for himself. I was like, he went
Also, at that percentage, remember you can do forward throw into dash attack or forward throw fair. No reason not to.
behind it. Waifuszn hit
Just be patient. Don't go into the
now using that
fall of literal fire.
safely, and he actually manages to do so.
Yeah, you need to make sure you DI that.
27% now. Doing an edge guard.
Oh, he tried to go for the jump and messed it up. That fall immediately in that direction, that's the only thing that could explain that. He was trying to go ahead and get the ledge trump and then he just attacks him.
So yeah, you're doing like the day one players. So I would say 9 times out of 10 you're always holding in when you're recovering. If he was a better player, he would just automatically punish you for that.
Waifuszn being so careful. He realizes one strong hit from Palutena means he's going to be dead, so he's just, again, running across stage, setting up shop.
Ooh, you're very close to getting that anti-air.
Kill.
That was such a bad up B, but you're lucky DGS wasn't ready for that.
Blows up on himself, and he loses for that.
Like you were playing really fine at that first stock, but then like you just, man, the nerves took you over.
Shield into the can. That will detonate the can because it connects to Paladin's hurt box.
For auto reticle,
The problem is that Dawangthang
If you remember, like you saw like so many clay pigeons just run right through it, and then you did nothing. Like that's your problem. You're getting the punishes on him. You're just not doing anything with it. Like oh my god, I punished him. I can't do anything. Like what? You got the punish on him. So like if the auto reticle hits you and you didn't get a hitbox out, okay, whatever. Neutral's reset. Nothing's gonna happen. You just took damage. That's it. And like if you hear auto reticle come out, like you can just immediately smash clay pigeon, and it's just gonna go right through and hit her. So you may not get a guaranteed follow up off of it, but you'll have it hit her, and you can detonate it to give yourself stage position, or you can wait so that way you can run up, detonate it, and then like either catch them and shield to get a guaranteed grab, or like you catch whatever their next option is and punish that. The other thing too is if you have a gunman set up and you shield in front of it, then the gunman will punish the auto reticle too. And not to mention if you have a can ready as well, can still be pinging towards her when you're shielding the auto reticle. It's like there's a lot. Yeah, you were. I mean, like, considering that you lost that game, that's not too surprising. But yeah, I mean, like you've clearly displayed that you know what to do in a lot of situations. It's just that like when you get swallowed up by nerves, you gotta have like a game plan for that. Yeah, you gotta just keep in mind, like, you know, if she's gonna go in and like attack it, you just need to hold shield. Like you're more concerned on attacking than playing like with your shield, which that's a big mistake. When you're panicked, like just be safe. Like do things where it's like, okay, I'm not going to get hit for going for this option. And I think you'll be able to like reground yourself a lot better for that. Like that's one thing I've noticed, like you just never want to play with your shield up at all. That's the thing. It's like Palutena doesn't really have the best answers to that in the world, because like her frame data is not the best. It's just that she's very safe. Yeah, you know, you just messed that up. You could have punished that. Like, never let an F-tilt go off for free. Again, it's like, you know, you're just not playing with shield in mind. The other thing, too, is like you pummel so much that you de-stale things pretty fast as well. Because, like, remember, you can only steal Q 7. So, like, if you get 3 pummels in, like, half your steal Q is already gone. Oof. Yeah. Yeah. You need to watch what he's doing a little bit more. Oof. Yeah. Are we actually taunting on Wi-Fi? That's too bad, because like because of like the auto reticle miss, you had so much time to actually get in there and punish. Yeah, you're just respecting like everything about this player way too much, and like that's kind of like what's getting you in all these situations. Like, you know, you decided not to cover the ledge, where you could have easily just been here, throw up can to cover the jump. You would have been able to automatically respond to all their options. And yeah, see, there, shield can, that works. Honestly, I don't think Palutena wins this matchup. Like, the thing about Palutena that's always going to hold her back is that she has, like, the absolute most linear neutral in the entire world. And we can exploit that like crazy. Like, she has pretty good anti-duck hunt tools where if you get too comfortable sitting back, like, Explosive Frame will eat you alive. But as long as you don't do that, and, like, you understand, like, she's very limited on how she can approach you, there's not too much you can do. And as long as you deal that away, she can literally just, like, not kill you. And, like, she has a big trouble with that. Like, the only time she really gets, like, consistent kills is if she goes for edge guards. Like, this is the thing you need to understand. Like, Shield Can will deal with Palu in neutral in basically every situation. The only things it will not deal with is going to be back air and dash attack because she's got the invincibility on that. But as you saw, like, even sometimes back air, the invincibility wears off before she can even do that safely, and she still gets hit. Yeah, the other thing too is, like, you could just use, like, when you're panicking, play with shield a lot more. It's going to help quite a bit. Just because it's like, okay, you can find your safety and you can find your guaranteed ways to punish, and just watch the Palutena player. Because, like, if Palutena is going for auto reticle, that's very punishable. And, like, if you hear it, you can just, like, frame one, just hit side B, as long as you're level with them, and you're going to get an instant punish on that. If you hear explosive flame, you just start running towards them, or you just make sure you run away from the ball of fire and punish, because that's very laggy too. If she's facing forward, she's going to be susceptible to shield can at all times. If she's facing backwards, then she can at least play around that a little bit more. However, she is very safe on shield. Like, I do have to reiterate that. Like, forward air is only -3. Like, that's insane, but she cannot neutral air on you. If she neutral airs on you, like, you can punish that. You really don't have to worry about that. Back air is very safe as well. But, like, forward air, this will lose to shield can, so you don't have to worry about that. She's never going to down air your shield. Up air, she obviously never going to do as well. So you just kind of play around that. And the other thing too is, like, while she is fast and everything, you can play around that and just, like, jump and punish. So basically the main thing that you want to do is, like, you just kind of want to play, you just need to play around that spacing. Also, the stream is down, by the way, for you guys watching the recording at home. So we are just waiting for this to reconnect real fast, and I'll get on with the explanations. But yeah, no, I am Palutena. Okay, so we're back now. Really the main thing, the way that you play around this is that you just kind of outrange this. So Nair, she needs to be on you in order to hit you. So you just play around that, and then, like, you can kind of trade with it with fair. Because the hit's so weak, like, you're gonna win that trade. Fair, on the other hand, the hitbox is pretty good, but it's not very active. So after it's gone, you can just kind of jump down and hit her. And she's always going to be landing with this move too. So you, like, just jump, and then you go in with your own fair and punish. Then back air, kind of a similar deal. But generally speaking, you're going to play with shield. You're going to play with, like, shield can more to beat these options out. And then you just, she just doesn't have ways to approach. Like, she has to go forward, and her verticality is not too great either. And then, not to mention, her ground options are not safe. Like, jab, -12. If she goes to rapid, -32. Forward tilt, -28. So no reason to not to punish that. Down tilt, -17. Very easy to punish. Dash attack, -21. All of her smash attacks, like, -30 at best. It is very easy to punish these. So, like, really, because of how unsafe she is on the ground, you know that she's going to be jumping way more. So that kind of makes it really easy to predict on how she's going to approach. Like, she's going to be approaching with the air, with, like, forward air, back air. Depending on what direction she's facing, you know exactly what she's going to go for. And that makes it super easy to plan for. So you play, if she's approaching you, you play around shield can. If she's not, then you get your setups, and then you approach her and you trap her. Because, like, her options are not fast. Like, forward air, that's frame 9. Neutral air is pretty quick at frame 5. Back air, frame 8. But, like, that one, she needs to have her back turns to you. And then ground options, jab is frame 8, so that's very slow. Up tilt's frame 8, but, like, she's not using that, like, offensively at all. Forward tilt's frame 14. Down tilt's frame 14. Dash attack's fast. That's frame 6. That's actually kind of insane. But, you know, dash attack's like a high-risk, high-reward mover. And grab's decent as well. Don't worry, we got a lot more. Like, we're not even remotely close to done with our stream. But yeah, no, the main thing that you just got to keep in mind is that she doesn't have a lot of ways to approach, and you just play around that. And then like that's really what's going to cost her the match. The other thing too, you can 2-frame Palutena very, very easily. Like, as long as you like throw a can in that area, or you just like do your nair, which I'll show you. I'll show you this. What? Oh, oops. Let me do this real quick. Let me show you 2-framing Palutena and just teleport recoveries in general. We'll have to quit out first. Yeah, don't worry. It doesn't ruin the recordings whenever things like that happen. So you'll be able to watch like that. So, easy way to practice this is like get her to. I think you get her to like 120 is probably pretty good. You're down angled. And then you're going to be doing that. I can't actually hear the audio of the game, so it's going to be a little bit harder than normal. And then I was a little too high there. But basically, like, the main thing that you want to do is, like, you want to base it off the audio of when she's going to be doing it. But because, like, our nair lingers for so long, it's, like, it's ridiculously easy to get. The main issue that you'll have is that you need to make sure she's not in a position where she can up B on stage. And then that's one thing you'll have to deal with. But like outside of that, then it's pretty easy to get around. Like you can literally react to the sound of it. Just hold on a sec. You're going to hear weird echo for a bit. Really light. But yeah, no, like that's one thing that you can do to like cover that very easily. Trump. I wouldn't really trump in this matchup just because like you can just like hold in to avoid trumps. So I wouldn't really go for that too often. The other thing too is like she has a hard time getting off from the stage as well. That's the other thing that you can do too, is if you do this, is like you can just like keep the can over there and then just like cover that area indefinitely. You don't want to do that. So just do that. Let me see. Let me find the best place to do that. Actually, no. Do that. Oops. Ah. There we go. Yeah, so like bear can's like a very easy one to set up. But it's just more of like knowing exactly when she's gonna go. And like generally speaking, like when you when you go for like the second up B after the Nair, you should be getting the Trump as well, which that helps a lot. But yeah. The AI, the nice thing about like fighting the AI in this case is like she can mix it up quite a lot. Since it's like there's like a couple of different positions that they decide to up B from. Because it's like Palutena, or if you're fighting Zelda as well, there's like a few instances where... There we go. Yeah. So it's like the second that you hear them say warp, that's like when you want to do the jump, and then that's when you want to do the Nair. So on Smashville, you have the issue that you can be too far in for that to connect. And you want to be like, kind of like right where I am right now. That's where you want the Nair to come out. So you do that. There we go. So like there, I was a little bit too early. But, you know, as you see, you can still, as long as you buffer an option when you're grabbing it, there's a chance that you might be grabbing after her, or you might be doing it at the right time. And the thing is, the teleport timing is not going to change at all. So the second that you hear warp, that's when you go. Yeah, like when you're fighting Palutena, you need to be very patient. Just because like she can cover your landing super, super well. So you just need to like kind of wait and see what she does. But yeah, generally speaking, like Nair's gonna be the best thing you can go for. Because like the other moves are kind of slow. The other thing that you could do is this. Is like you can try to plan for the down air. Which I don't know the exact timing for that one. Personally, it's like I'm just like way more comfortable doing this. And then yeah, if you do it, if you happen to do it wrong, you could probably just do like strong and then like land on stage like that. So then that way you can just still be in a favorable position. Which that's probably the way to do it. Like jump down, strong Nair. So that way it's like you still get the 2-frame and then you land on stage. That's the ideal way. But are there any other questions specifically about the Palutena matchup that you want to know before we transition to our next match? It's time to ask. Any other questions? All right, looks like we're good.